Right then, welcome to today's video, guys. This is going to be a speculative theory / also informative video on the Predator, which is releasing in just, well, a couple of months now, September of this year. This is the 4th addition to the Predator franchise, directed, of course, by Shane Black. And a lot of people have been asking me this and speculating this, and I've actually seen some other videos on this. So I thought I would put my 2 cents worth into this, but straight off the top, I will say that I've got the script. So unless they've changed a lot from the script, which I've done numerous videos on it now and they haven't, because the trailers have basically revealed everything which is in the script, and then also we've had set reports which have confirmed what is in the script, so it's highly unlikely. But I just want to say that straight off the top, I've got the script for the Predator. And if you want to see my other videos on this detailing heavy spoilers, please do go and check it out, which you can find all of those in my Predator playlist, Predator Universe playlist. And yeah, heavy spoilers ahead for this, I guess, but a lot of people have been asking me, and you would have seen it from the title, is the upgrade Predator a female Predator? Or are we going to be seeing a female Predator? Because I released a video on the statue which we saw at Cine Europe, which showed a Predator, and I compared it to some shots of the Predator which we saw in the trailer, and a lot of people have touted that as being a female due to the chest plate, the armor, and the abnormally large chest on this particular version of the Predator. I will say straight off the bat that that is definitely not a female. We know this from the script, it's in the script, but also that particular Predator which we see in the trailer is the captured Predator. And although I speculated the Cine Europe statue to not be the captured Predator or to be the Predator which we see in the trailer, having discussed it with the guys over at AVP Galaxy and taking a look at it myself, now I genuinely do think that they were right when they kind of posed that question to me and said, no, I haven't looked at it in lighting and certain things like that. I do genuinely think that it is the captured Predator, and I share that sentiment now. So we can kind of rule that out, and that particular Predator from the script isn't actually a female. Then, the offshot of all of this is that now a lot of other people have been saying that the upgrade Predator, the big bad that we see in the NBA TV spot, that particular Predator is going to be a female. Now, why do a lot of people say this? Well, within the canon of Predator itself, we know that females are supposedly, anyway, larger than the males. So a lot of people have then jumped on that and gone, oh, well, it must be a female then because it's massive, it's bigger than any of the Predators we've ever seen, so it is a female. There's a lot of precedent for that, like I say, in the expanded universe. We know that that is the case in the expanded universe. And then to fuel that even further, of course, we've never seen a female Predator in the Predator franchise. So it would be one of those great additions which would spark a lot of debate, and it would be a good addition to throw in to a Predator film. However, what I can say with, again, pretty much the utmost certainty is that from the script, the upgrade is not a female Predator. It is 100% just a hybridized Predator. It is spending a lot of its time splicing its DNA and hybridizing itself with a lot of other aliens that it's coming into contact with across various different planets, and hence why it is so big. That's why it doesn't wear a face mask, a biomask, because it doesn't need to, apparently, from the script anyway. So I guess if that confirms, essentially from the script anyway, that that is not a female Predator, I guess this then leads us off into the next question, which is, what is the likelihood of us ever seeing a female Predator in the Predator franchise? And this poses an interesting question with respect to how the whole industry is going and where it's gone, but then also a reflection on how Fox treat their property needs to be had as well to answer that question. Because if you remember, Predators, I reviewed it very recently, in fact this week, was a good success with respect to financial reward for Fox. It made money. It was made for very little money, about 40 million, and it made a lot of that money back plus profit. However, one of the most hated additions to that film were the Super Predators, because they were so different and the design of them wasn't well liked, and just in general, on a whole, they haven't been well received by the fan base. But Fox initially greenlit that because they thought that it would make money. That was the direction that they wanted to go in. And to answer the question of whether there's a likelihood of female predators ever showing up in a Predator film, you need to take a look at that, but then also how they then responded to the fan reaction. The fans absolutely hated, for the majority anyway, the super predators. As a result of that, Fox did not make a sequel to that film. They then continued it in comic book form, which is normally what Fox like to do. They will take the property and go, oh, okay, we didn't like that, but we can make some money off the people that did, so we will hire that or license that out to a comic book, Dark Horse normally, and they can then make a follow-up, which they did. They made a sequel to Predators in comic book form, which, no, didn't feature any specific females, but it did feature a four-armed predator, which was kind of hybridized and a genetic mutant of sorts. So taking a look at that, is there likelihood, is there a precedent to see a female predator in the future? Not from looking at how Fox respond to fans and how they have then responded from what the fans have responded. It's incredibly unlikely because they do take heed to a lot of people, although more often than not it doesn't sound like it. They do want to take steps into the franchise in a positive direction for the fans, but the moment fans hate something, they are incredibly reactionary, which is obviously what we see with Alien Covenant to Prometheus, the change there, but then also the fact that they put Predator on ice, despite the fact that Predators made money, they put it on ice for 8 years. That's an incredibly long length of time for a film which made profit for a studio to then just put on hold because fans didn't like a certain aspect. Now, there's nothing to say that the script which I've got has been changed. There's certain things in the script which we know have been removed and altered. There was a Flight of the Navigator-esque scene where the child you see in the trailer flies a Predator ship. We know from test screening results that that has been removed. But would they make such a drastic change as to then claim that one of the Predators is female? Unlikely. I genuinely think that's a very unlikely outcome. And why do I say this? Well, you'd have to really make a point of the Predator's gender in the Predator film to differentiate. You can't just merely have a big one. They have, in the past, done some concept work where there were Predators which you could clearly see their gender because of what they had on show. I highly doubt they would run the risk of very, very clear-cut identifying a Predator as female or male. The reason being, it would probably put a lot of fans off. Of course, I've done some videos where there's been female Predators in them, and you always get the freaks of nature in the comment section going, oh, I'd bang it, just leave the mask on. Guys, literally, sort yourself out. But the majority of people would not look at that and go, that top marks, that looks really, really good. They would go, that's off-putting from the terrifying monster that we knew, to then have very, very clear-cut genders. They wouldn't respond very well to that, and Fox knows this. So it's incredibly unlikely that we will see one in the future unless they explore Predator culture a little bit more and feature them in a tribal clan setting. But again, that's unlikely because of the way Fox handles this property. They like to somewhat just regurgitate the same thing time after time, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like I say, Predators made money, so it was clearly well received in some respects, but that's kind of my 2 cents on this. I know this video has kind of been way out there, and I know there's been some spoilers here and there, but I hope you did enjoy it just from that perspective. At least you learned a little bit more about the upcoming film. So is there going to be a female Predator in The Predator? No, not from the script. Could they have changed it? Absolutely. However, the likelihood of that is so incredibly low based on everything which I've just said. So guys, hopefully that answered a lot of people's questions, because a lot of people have put that in the comments here. Would you like to see a female Predator in the future? Are you one of those weirdos that would bang one if they left the mask on? Like loads of people have commented on my female Predator video. If you are, please sort yourself out and go seek some help, because that's really not healthy, and you should probably go and touch a real human female, because they are a lot better than computer generated latex suits and whatever. But guys, just from a purely interested perspective, would you want to see one in a future film? Do you think it would be an interesting addition or not? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know more on the Predator, if you don't mind spoilers, go and check out my Predator Universe playlist. You can find lots of videos there, in fact, which have heavy spoilers, for the upcoming film from the script which I have. So go and check that out. Guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, please do head over on both of those platforms at Mr. H Reviews. As always though, I have been Mr. H, and I will catch you in the next video.